Most High, please let me see things with your eyes. 'Cause only you can see life clearly. And through the fog and through the rain, break my nightlife with your day. Though my soul is tired and weary, clearer won't make things clearer, Lord. Give me eyes so I can see the life you have for me, and I'll make things clearer. Won't make things clearer, Lord. And give me eyes so I can see your light shining through me. And Father, change my wounded mind. Give me strength so I can find your cross. It's given me new life. And through this wondrous love I found a peace that heals and shows me how. In the stillness my heart cried out, Jesus, my King, Lord, make things clearer. Won't make things clearer, Lord. Give me eyes so I can see the life you have for me, and I'll make things clearer. Won't make things clearer, Lord. Give me eyes so I can see your light shining through me. And oh yeah, make things clearer. And oh yeah, I wanna see things through your eyes. Yes, I do, Lord. Yes, I do, Lord. Yes, I do. Oh, clearer, clearer, clearer. Won't make things clearer, Lord. And give me the eyes so I can see, oh, this life that you have for me, and make things clearer, Lord. Oh, make things clearer, Lord. Oh, make things clearer, clearer. Give us the eyes so we can see the life that you would have for all of us. Well, good morning. I especially like to start off a service with that song, Clearer. Give us eyes so that we can see the life that you would have for me. And those lyrics just ring so true to my soul, because there were certain times in my life that I really couldn't see the life that God would want me to lead. There were so many times when I thought that it was just about Jon Sheptock. There were so many times in my life that I was downtrodden. I was angry. I was bitter. I was resentful. I was so distraught at what God had done to me. Because, as you guys can see, I was born without any arms, and I have a short right leg. My right leg is about 6 inches different from my left leg. And I could be so bitter at God and so angry, because I'm going to say 95% of everybody else in the world has all their limbs. And I can take a look at God and say, man, God, you really just messed me over. My birth parents didn't want me. My birth parents gave me up the day I was born into this world. They signed over the paperwork, said, we don't want this kid. I was placed in foster care for 6 months of my life. I was eventually adopted into a fairly large family. I come from a family that totals 34 children. 27 of us are all legally adopted and 7 are biological. Doctors had told my parents that I would never walk, I would never talk, I would never amount to anything in this lifetime. But see, the amazing thing is that I believe in a sovereign God, amen? And God is a sovereign God. He holds everything in the palm of his hands. Doesn't matter if something good happens, something bad happens. God orchestrates the whole thing. There's not a being in this world that can tell him otherwise. Man may think that they can tell him otherwise, but they can't. Because God holds everything in the palm of his hand. He knows what's going on. He knows what's going to happen. And just like when my parents told me, John, you were born for a particular purpose. You were born for a specific rhyme and reason in this life. And my parents at first, they didn't know why God created me this way. But my mom read me Psalm 139, verse 13 through 16. It talks about how we were all fearfully and we're all wonderfully made. And marvelous are his works. And God is an awesome God. There are times in my life, though, that I really didn't believe that. I grew up in church. I would sing in choirs all the time. And I still felt this conflict with God, if you will. God, what are you going to have me to do? What is a guy with no arms and a short right leg going to be able to show this world? Well, I quickly found out that once I submitted my will for Christ's will for my life, he was going to show me what he was going to do for my life. It had to take me to going down to the bottom of this world, my hell of hells, my lowest point on this life, that I wanted to commit suicide because I couldn't live anymore in this life. I didn't want to live in this world anymore. I had to be dropped to my knees where the only way that I could look was towards heaven. And I finally said, you know what? God, I can't do this anymore. I'm giving my life over to you. And I tell you, my life was radically changed. Amazing things had happened in my life. Like I said, doctors told me I would never walk, I would never talk, and as you can see, I'm doing both. They said I would never amount to anything. I'm a happily married man. I've been married to my wife, Stacy, now for 14 years. We've got 3 beautiful daughters. I was told I'd never have children, and if I did, my children will probably have no arms. Each and every one of them have arms. I have an 11-year-old named Anna, I have a 6-year-old named Sadie, and I have a 4-year-old named Chloe Rain. And so God is an amazing God. And he is truly the rewarder of those who diligently seek him. Who diligently seek him. So that's just my prayer for you guys today. That's just my short little story and a synopsis of, with God, anything is possible. Don't let anybody in this world tell you otherwise. Don't believe the naysayers. Don't believe what this world wants to throw at you, because you know what? They'll throw so much junk at you that you can't even handle. But when they do that, all you simply have to do is look up and say, Lord, they don't know, but you know. And I tell you, I lead the most amazing life. I go around this whole country. I share my testimony to thousands upon thousands of people all over this world. Next week, I'm going over to Oklahoma. This past week, I was in Austin. It's just amazing how God just orchestrates my steps and allows me to go from every place to give the hope of Jesus Christ. I live in Huntsville, Texas. I have a huge prison ministry. I go into the prison systems every single month. I go into 4 or 5 different units and talk to murderers and rapists and thieves and the hardest of the hardest criminals. We go in there and we sing songs from Leonard Skinner and Bob Seger and CCR and ZZ Top. But the cool thing about it is we just change the lyrics a little bit. You know, like every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man. We say that every demon trembles at a spirit-filled man. And the most amazing thing is we throw the lyrics on the wall and the guys know the music and they sing right along with us. And so it's just a great, big, crazy rock and roll worship service. And I've seen so many men's lives come to Calvary's cross. And it's not anything I do. It's only because I said, Lord, I'm going to allow you to lead in my life, and I will be a vessel for you. Because one sweet day, I'm going to go up into heaven, and I'm going to give him the biggest hug and say thank you for the amazing life that you allowed me to lead. I'm going to leave you with one more song. It's one of my favorite songs. It's an old hymn by Fanny Crosby, and it's called Blessed Assurance. And I hope that before you leave this church, that you have that assurance that one day when you will die, because each and every one of us in here will die unless the Lord comes back beforehand, and you will spend eternity in heaven or hell. And I hope that you can say with all the assurance in your soul that you will get to spend all of eternity in the glories of glories in heaven with Jesus for all of eternity. That's my prayer for each and every one of us, because not one of us are guaranteed the next 5 minutes, the next 10 minutes, or tomorrow. Take a listen to this last song, it's Blessed Assurance.
Visions of a rapture, they now burst on my sight, and there's angels descending, and they parade from above, those echoes of mercy, yeah, and those whispers of love. This is my story. My Savior, I'm so happy and blessed, and I'm watching